I am live. Hello everyone, hello and welcome to the journaling community, to the journaling world. So there are not a lot of us. It's 40 people around, like 50 each day, like 5-10 people is added to my group. But no, in this small community we will talk a lot about journaling and personal transformation. I am also going through personal transformation every day. This is my journal, and I journal a lot and write a lot and different exercises doing. And I decided to make this live video and answer the most common questions that you are asking me when joining this group. And I hope, and if I will not ask every question, I hope that you will comment and ask me something that I didn't answer in this live, and I will answer this in my next live video. And today I want to talk a little bit about journaling, but specifically about mindset. So I did not need to introduce you the fact that mindset is crucial. Mindset rules our decision making. Our mindset makes us who we are. How we think, the way we become. So the most common questions I getting right now is about procrastination, lack of motivation, about laziness, how to journal, how to start journaling, and how to be consistent and how to create this habit of journaling. Before moving to journaling, let's look at something I call goals that are cross-loaded. It's my turn, okay? So let's say we have something to do in our life and we're starting to procrastinate on it. So let's look at this in this way. Let's say it is you or me, okay? And I have a big brain, it's very smart, and you have also big brain. So you have an eye, and your eye looks on the world. And you have some tasks that, let's say you are looking in that direction. You have some tasks that you want to do. This. A lot of tasks. You can be overwhelmed with a lot of tasks and you can start procrastinating on all these things. And it can create an overwhelm in your brain, and it can create an overwhelm in your mind and in your life. Now, let's look at this from this perspective. So, you're saying, I am procrastinating, I can't do this, I have low motivation and so on. And I very good understand you, because I am the same person, I'm same human being, and I also procrastinate. I also become overwhelmed sometimes and think a lot about things and so on. So, but this is the way like the most human beings are living. So they look at life and see the problems and try to tackle them. They do these things and these things, this. When procrastination happens is we don't see all the picture, all the global picture of what we are doing in our life, no matter what it is. It can be dating, it can be our job, it can be our business, education, our work, whatever. Because there is, if you want to set a really powerful goal setting mechanism, you need something that is standing behind this. And this something is just standing is, I will take another marker, this something that is standing behind this overwhelming tasks that you need to do. Something bigger. Needs to be something bigger, and this bigger will be a big outcome where you are going. So let's say this things is journaling, okay? Let's say it is journaling. And you look at this, oh, I need to write journaling every day, like, oh, it's so boring. Why I need to do it? I have no time, I will watch Netflix, or I just busy with my life, okay? But if you have something behind this overwhelming task that is much more bigger, something much more bigger than these things, and you can look from your eyes, from your mind eyes, you can look on these things and see them through these problems, through these tasks that you need to do. You see this big vision why you are doing this, why you are doing what you are doing, why you want to journal, why you want to date this person, why you want to work on this task, why you want to start this business, why you want to read this book. When you see a big vision, when you see this big vision, you see how I draw it? You see? So you're looking at these problems, but now you see what is behind these problems. Now you see the thing. And when you see the thing, it's becoming much more easier to do all the small tasks that are leading to this big goal, to this big destination, to this big outcome. Because if you don't see these things, if you don't see why you are doing this, you will be lost in the small details. So I will tell you a short funny story about I don't remember where I saw it, but I think it was a childish cartoon, and it was many years ago. So there was a scene where a horse and a boy are going inside of the forest, and boy is scared, and he says to the horse, so the boy is on the horse, and he says to the horse, you know what, I'm scared to go there because it is dark there. And the horse says, don't worry, you don't need to think about all the many trees that are there, you don't need to think about them. I will just make one small step in the forest, and then after I do one more step, I will make one more step, and then one more step, and then one more step, and then we will move inside of this forest. So don't be scared, the horse said to the boy. And it is a good metaphor. It is a good metaphor, because when you are procrastinating and there is a big thing that you need to do, there are long tasks that you need to do. What you need to do is to make a small step, this small step. You can hold all the picture, you see this, all the big vision, all this, but you are not stuck on these details. You see where are you going, your destination. And you make this small step. And after you make this one more step, you make second step. And then you make third step, fourth step. And so on, so far. So this answers a simple question. How to start journaling? Very simple. To start journaling, you don't need to write every day 1 page, 5 pages, 6 pages. You don't need to do this. What you need to do is to make yourself firstly understand in your mind why you are doing this. You don't need to do this because I said, or somebody else said, or because it is cool to do it. No. You need to do it because you see a bigger vision why you're doing this. And the bigger vision, I will tell you beforehand why it's so important to journal. There are a lot of benefits, and I will make another live stream, I suppose, why journaling is so important. But right now, I will tell you the most important thing, what journaling helps me to do. It helps me with lots of things, but one very important. I will draw you a few states. The first state and the second state of my brain, and probably most other people's brains before and after journaling. So before you journal, let's say this is your brain. You have a big smart brain, and this is your big smart brain. So this is before and this is after journaling. So what happens is this. Before journaling, most of the people have overwhelm of thoughts. So this is what it happens in the brain. A lot of tasks, a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings, lot of things. In this state, my brain before I journal. But after I journal, I make my life and my brain structured. I make my thoughts, my feelings be understood. I make them in this way. I see them, they are structured on the paper. So this way I'm like, when I put in my thoughts, my feelings, my observations, reflections in a journal, in this way I am looking like in a mirror, and in this mirror I see myself, my thoughts. So after I journal, I structure my thinking, I structure my emotions, I can solve my problems that are arising in my life. I can think more clearly through things that are happening around me and inside me. In this way, I can structure things. I can structure what is going on in my life. In this way, before that, I have a confusion. And after that, I have an order. So this is the big goal where I am going using journaling. But don't make a mistake. Journaling is just a tool. It's not a destination. We are using journaling to improve our life, not for the sake of just journaling. Okay? So let's now return back to this thing. No matter what goal you have in life, to start journaling, to create a habit of exercising or meditating or whatever it is, if you only concentrate on the small tasks and don't see a whole picture where are you going, I mean this, your outcome, your vision, you will most likely procrastinate. And to stop this procrastination, you need to divide, as I said before, your tasks on small things, but keep in mind where are you going, this big outcome, goal, vision, or big why. And when you have this and you do this simultaneously, small steps, and you are journaling, so you make your mind in an order, so you turn in your mind from the confusion state to the order thinking, you are performing better and you are coming closer to your goals in your life, to your dream self. That's why journaling is so important. And this is the answer. It's probably a little bit long answer, but this is the answer. I made a big picture. I'm not going in all the details of all these processes, but now you can understand the easy way how to stop procrastination is understand your why. Understand why you are going here, what benefits you will have after reaching to this point, and what things you will lose, what this big thing you will lose if you will not complete all the things, all the small tasks. Because if you don't do them in a physical world, you will not make your inner and outer transformation to your big outcome where you're going. So, with this being said, let's get a practical outcome from this life that I made. I hope it will help you, and I hope you will have some questions to me, because all I'm doing this for is not to become famous, but to help you. And I'm not charging for this content, it's free, and I hope it will be helpful. And if you will leave comments and ask me some questions, I will with pleasure answer them, because it is very satisfying to me to help other people on their journey. So the big outcome is this: forget about you should journal. Now you have understanding why you are going to journal or already journal, and how to find time for journaling. Because if you have only 3 minutes before you go into bed or when you're waking up, 3 minutes or maybe even 2 minutes, to write a few sentences about how you are feeling right now, what you are grateful for, what is going on in your life, or just simply what things you need to do. If you write them down in your journal, maybe every day, but maybe in the beginning 1 day, and then in 1 day, you can take your phone and set a reminder when you want to write in your journal, if it's not easy for you to remember because you have a lot of things to do. So with this being said, I hope these drawings and my explanation will make you more clear how to stop procrastinating on things. It's not all the answer about procrastination, and not all the answer why to journal, but in general it's what I am able right now in these several minutes explain to you, the things that hopefully will push you forward. This is a new group I'm creating where you are right now, and if you will engage and answer the questions, you can take 3 guides that I created in a group, and if you will engage with other people, ask your questions, ask your questions about these things that I explained, ask your questions in a group, so we can grow and create the best communities for self-development using journaling. With that being said, I was very happy to be with you here, and let's rock it and let's do it.